Hi everyone! Today we'll be navigating our way through our edgers and little edgers Things That Go Vroom Week. During Things That Go Vroom Week, our gymnasts will be buckling up for fun new skill development as we steer them into good habits and strong technique for the future. This week's main skill focuses are forward rolls, strength, tuck jumps, backward movement, backward rolls, and cartwheels. Let's take a look at exactly how we'll begin developing these skills, starting with this week's forward roll exercises. This week's first forward roll exercise is a forward roll tuck jump through the construction cones. Gymnasts will put their hands on the hands and forward roll through the cones and connect it directly to a tuck jump to finish. This is a great drill to develop our forward rolls because the addition of the tuck jump encourages the gymnast to stand up and finish their roll in order to complete the tuck jump. Our next forward roll development drill for this week is our chase the truck forward rolls. During this drill, gymnasts will push the truck down the wedge and then quickly forward roll and race to get to the truck. If this is done well with a forward roll, our gymnasts will be able to quickly progress to backward rolls down the wedge. This drill is great because it encourages a nice fast roll, which is required for a gymnast to be able to make it to their feet. Our final forward roll drill for this week is our forward roll road. During this exercise, gymnasts will connect 2 forward rolls in a row down the road. This exercise is great because doing 2 rolls encourages the gymnast to finish the first roll and gives extra momentum for the second roll in order for the gymnast to stand up without using their hands. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at this week's strength exercises. It's so important that we develop strength in these gymnasts young because the stronger a gymnast is, the more successful she'll be in learning new skills. The first strength exercise that we'll look at this week is our crab walk through the car wash. This is a great drill to help gymnasts develop strength by putting weight on their arms, and it helps with balance and coordination. Our next strength exercise is park your car in a V-sit. During this exercise, gymnasts will park in the parking spot by holding a V-sit for 5 seconds. This is a great drill for developing core strength and balance in young gymnasts. Another great strength exercise from this week is our straddle leg swing throughs. During this exercise, our gymnasts will start sitting on the parallel bars with their legs in a straddle behind them. With the coach's assistance, the gymnast will swing her legs through the middle of the parallel bars to put their legs in front of them in a straddle. This is a great exercise because it helps the gymnast support their weight on their hands and builds up lots of arm and core strength. Our next exercise from this week that will help with strength is our barrel drives to the star. During this exercise, gymnasts will put their legs on the barrel and walk their hands out to the star and then walk them back to the barrel. This is a great drill for arm and core strength, and it'll help our gymnasts learn how to support their body weight on their hands for strong handstands and cartwheels in the future. Our final strength exercise for this week is our frisbee drive down the road. During this exercise, gymnasts will put their hands on the frisbee and push it down the road, focusing on straight arms and straight legs. This is another great drill for helping a gymnast learn how to support their weight on their hands. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this week's tuck jump exercises. A tuck jump is an important dance element in gymnastics that they'll use in the future for leap and jumping passes. Tuck jumps will also help with the development of gross motor movement in young gymnasts because it involves a quick and intentional bending and then straightening of the legs. This week's first tuck jump exercise is our stoplight tuck jumps. During this exercise, gymnasts will walk to each color on the beam and do a tuck jump. During a tuck jump, the gymnast's goal is to get their knees up towards their chest and quickly straighten them for the landing. Another great tuck jump exercise from this week is our forward roll to tuck jump through the construction cones. Not only is this great for forward roll development, but it'll also help develop the tuck jump. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this week's backward movement exercise. We want to make sure that we're getting our young gymnasts used to moving backward, because this is something that they'll be doing a lot of in the future. This week's backward movement exercise is our backward walks down the beam and jump into a hula hoop. This is a great exercise because it teaches our gymnasts how to feel the beam behind them. They'll do this by brushing the beam with their foot and giving the beam a tap with their toe. We'll teach them that if they don't feel the beam behind them, they shouldn't take a step. This will help enforce safety on the beam in the future and get the gymnast comfortable with walking backwards. Let's take a look at this week's cartwheel exercise. This week our gymnasts will be developing their cartwheels by doing cartwheels through the train tracks. During this exercise, our gymnasts will start their feet on one side of the train tracks, put their hands in the middle, and kick their feet over to the other side of the tracks. This will help gymnasts figure out exactly where their hands and feet should go in their cartwheel. Finally, let's go ahead and take a look at some exercises that you can do at home to help develop all of these new skills. Our first at-home exercise is our crab walks. Crab walks are a great full body workout that will help develop strength and coordination in young gymnasts. Another fun exercise from this week that can be done at home is our park your car V-sit. Like we talked about before, this is a great way to develop core strength, and it's a great thing to practice at home. Our final at-home exercise are our rock and rolls to stand up. During this exercise, gymnasts will hug their legs and rock back and forth 3 times. On the third rock, the gymnast will attempt to stand up without pushing their hands against the floor. This helps simulate the end of a forward roll and also helps with development of core strength. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all had a great ride, and I hope you learned lots of fun new things about preschool gymnastics.